Hey guys, Kyle the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for My Hero Academia, and it's chapter of 200, and it's chapter 223. Um, so the one thing I feel this chapter really got across is that was I feel the one thing that was really like made clear and got clearly across in this chapter is that when we see Destro, we see Destro and him contacting the League of Villains, it in that one scene of just them talking, it it just kind of proved just how much power and influence the Liberation Army actually has, because it's just as Destro said, if the League didn't comply, if the League didn't comply with their demands, then the Liberation Army would, then they would be dealing with pro heroes as well as God knows how many operatives of the Liberation Army itself. And the funniest thing about this, though, and the funniest thing with this whole thing of the Liberation Army pretty much holding the entire League of Villains hostage out in the middle of nowhere, is that whether Destro is aware of it or not, that one ultimatum he pretty much gave to pretty much Shake Araki pretty much thoroughly proved the latter's point from last chapter. If the Hero Society can so easily be controlled and manipulated by another organization like the Liberation Army, then what's the point in trying to change it or the world? Like, seriously, if this one organization has that much power and control over everything, then yeah, it proves even more that this world needs to be destroyed. So, and it's gonna be really tough in order to come up with a counter argument at this point. It's going to be really tough to come up with a counter argument, or at the very least, in order for Izuku to come up with a counter argument. Um, especially when that organization in question proves to be even more unethical in their methods than the goddamn League of Villains themselves. Because, yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't know what the hell was up with that last page of the previous chapter, but to learn that Giran had his fingers chopped off to send a message is just twisted as fuck. And what makes it even more fucked up is that really, in terms of reasoning and purpose behind it, it really, the only reason that the liberation that Destro decided to do that, it was to basically add insult to injury, and is to just add insult to injury, because just in that one simple contact that Destro made with the League of Villains, he already proved just with that phone call alone of how much power the Liberation Army actually has. Like, yeah, just the fact that Destro was contacting them out in the middle of nowhere, Destro proved that the Liberation Army has them pretty much fucking cornered. And like I said, the whole media show with Giron's fingers was just to spit in their face. Now, having said all that, the way I'm describing all this, it does seem pretty hopeless for the League. But I get the sense that Horikoshi is building up Destro's overconfidence over the situation as being one of the things that's going to cause his downfall. Because again, while this whole situation definitely seems very hopeless. I can see there are little cracks in this whole scheme or whatnot, where I can see the holes, and where I can see small little holes in order for the League to pretty much exploit, and I feel that if the League can definitely exploit the overconfidence of Destro, then I think they can find those holes easily in the organization itself, and exploit them to pretty much their pretty much advantage. Although although at the same time, it isn't going to be easy either, because with this amount of influence, it is doable, but it is still tricky. And but I can see a couple clear ways in which the league can definitely can use this situation to their advantage. Because one thing that definitely comes to mind right off the bat is that if the league can probably can get a hold of any of this, can manipulate any of this influence that the Liberation Army has, then they themselves would be able to manipulate this society any way they wanted to as well. But yeah, I don't know. It's right now. It should be interesting to see as and in terms of how Horikoshi himself plans to play this out. Well, the chapter in general, it did have a very heavy influence on from Gigantomachia. So whatever the plan is going to be, he is more than likely definitely going to be a bit of a key player in whatever plan that the league is going to have in going up against the Liberation Army, but just kind of going away from the Liberation Army for a moment. One thing I did notice about the beginning portions of this chapter is that especially with the league, I really appreciated one thing I really appreciated is that with the league pretty much being out there in the wilderness, away from the city, away from the heroes, and just in general away from everything, really humanized all of them, and we got to see just some really nice and basically subtle and subtle character and subtle development and just character moments overall. Really great character moments that were just kind of subtle and just very nice. And in terms of Shigaraki himself and his development in this chapter, you can tell that being out there and challenging Gigantomachia is changing him for the better, because the fact that he's genuinely smiling show he's really grasping onto what it is that he wants to do as All for One's successor, with Shig Araki in this chapter. He's definitely confident for sure, and with this confidence, I think at the same time, I think at the same level in which Destro is willing to go to war with the League of Villains, I think he's willing to go to war with the entire world, obviously. So yeah, so now that I'm thinking about it, Destro, even though you have the more resources, I think you might be. I think Destro is not. The more I'm thinking about it as I go through this, the more I'm realizing that Destro, I think, in a way, is definitely underestimating the league, and especially Shig Araki, because while Destro has all the influence I think he definitely lacks one. I think pretty much Shig Araki's resolve is a lot stronger. I'm sure they both have strong wills in order to kill the other, but with Shigaraki, he seems to have definitely developed a lot more in what he feels he wants to do. So yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to. I don't think it's going to be easy. One way or another, I don't think this is going to be easy. And yeah, I think we're basically headed for basically a pretty much full blown war between the Liberation Army and the League of Villains at this point. And on that interesting note, I'm hoping I'm not the only one who got these vibes, but in that ending panel with pretty much. In that ending panel between Destro and pretty much between Destro and pretty much Shig Araki pretty much declaring war on each other, that kind of looked like something out of Captain America's out of the Civil War movie, Captain America pretty much for you movie, which is Civil War, or just in general, or even the Civil War comic. Like that looked like that looked like we're headed for like. But yeah, in general, I think we are headed for like our own version of Captain America, of the Captain America movie, with this in this case. But yeah, but yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Analyst, or Crunchyroll. Dead Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.